Today we're going to talk about waves and sound. How do you like the sound of that?
Ba-dum-bum. So this is what a wave looks like. This is the crest. The low point is called the trough. And the height from the midpoint to the crest, or the midpoint to the trough, is called the amplitude.
Now you'll notice the opposite relationship between wavelength and frequency. As the wavelength increases, the frequency decreases. And as the frequency increases, the wavelength decreases.
Now that's interesting, Al, but what difference does it even make? How can we even tell when all these things are different?
Well, that's what we're going to show you to the sound lab.
So the way that we perceive frequency is by pitch, aka the difference between higher and lower sounds. The sound is a lot lower than this sound. The thicker a string is, the lower the sound. This is because thicker strings will naturally move slower than thinner strings, so
That means the frequency is lower.
that's right. The similar thing happens when we hold the string down. The tension forces it to move faster and result in a higher sound. So this is a lot lower than this, even though it's the same string. And amplitude is basically the volume of the sound, measured in decibels. So this sound has a much lower amplitude than this sound. Back to the drawing board.
Now that we know how to perceive things like frequency, we can understand a lot of strange phenomena that happen because of this.
Heard of this?
Laurel. Laurel.
Chances are most of us heard Yanny, except Mr. Walker. He probably heard Laurel. And why is that, you ask?
The sound Yanny plays at a higher frequency than Laurel, and as we age, our high frequency hearing deteriorates, allowing us to hear Laurel rather than Yanny.
Time for a commercial break.
Are you bored, tired, looking for an intellectually stimulating way to pass the time? Well, look no further. We present to you the Slinky. The Slinky is perfect for transverse waves, longitudinal waves, standing waves, interference, and much, much more. Wow, that spring constant is small. But wait, there's more. Order now, and you can get the second Slinky free. That's right, 2 Slinkies for the price of 1. For the low, low price of $5.99, you can get not 1, but 2 Slinkies. Order now. Shipping and handling not included.
Waves are oscillations that carry energy, and they're carried by different mediums. One medium is water, and with sound, the medium is air. The frequency is how many waves are in a measure of time. The most commonly used unit is hertz, which is the number of crests per second. The human hearing range is roughly from 20 to 20,000 hertz.
The speed of sound is 343 meters per second. A handy formula that relates speed, wavelength, and frequency is speed equals wavelength times frequency.
That's it for today, folks. Until next time, goodbye.
Bye! 3, 2, 1, go.
The low point is called the trough. The midpoint to the trough is called the amplitude. Is called the amplitude.
No, Caroline!
And the height from
That was my fault.
crest, or the midpoint to the trough, is called the amplitude.
2,000 years later.
3, 2, 1.
The low point is called the trough. And the height from the midpoint to the crest, or the midpoint to the trough, is called the amplitude.
He just jumped on me.
Wait,
Oh.